Okay, and then I would say out of everything that I just listed, my #1 affordable makeup find this year. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back. So today, I'm going to do a kind of end of the year recap, and I'm gonna do this in a few different parts, but today's video is my top favorite affordable and drugstore products that I tried in 2021. I saw THERESA is Dead do this pretty recently, and I thought it was a smart idea to break it up into affordable and then high-end. And then I'm also planning to do one about skincare, hair care, and body care items as well. So I'm really excited to share my favorite products that I tried this year. Now, some of these products didn't come out this year, but I just tried them this year. And I tried to narrow the list down to like the best of the best, my most favorite, but there's still a lot of products. So sorry, but I have a lot of products. Let's just get to it. Everything I talk about, I will link in the description box below. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with primer. Now, I'm not much of a primer connoisseur. I don't use primers often, and when I do, I use the Milk Hydro Grip primer, but that's been my favorite for a couple of years now. But I did try this one this year, and I think this is not a dupe, but it's definitely similar. This is the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I would say it's similar in texture to the Milk Hydro Grip, that it has that gel-like kind of sticky gripping formula. So if you don't like that kind of feel on your skin, you're not gonna like this. But I would say that this is even more hydrating. So I was loving this more towards the beginning of the year to put underneath any foundation that was more matte, that I wanted to add a little bit more moisture. When you put this under your foundation, it just makes your skin look glass-like. Like just super dewy and hydrated and healthy looking. Now, my skin past like 5 months of the year has been really terrible, like really acne prone, really oily. So I have not been reaching for this the second half of the year, but in the beginning of the year when my skin was more normal, I was loving this for a hydrated look. And the only foundation that I have for this video is the one that I tried this year that I fell in love with. Have been using it all year. It's been one of my favorites. So this is the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. I wear the shade 090 Neutral Suede. This foundation is beautiful. Now, it's definitely more of a light coverage foundation. I am wearing it today, and as you can see in the demo, on the half of my face that I put it on, you could still see my blemishes and my breakouts. Love that. But it just looks so skin-like. Like I said, I am more on the oily side, but I don't find that this is too slippery or too hydrating. I feel like it's just like that perfect satiny, leaning slightly hydrating, but not over the top. And also, I love this color on me. It is so hard for me to find a neutral, like a true neutral, slightly olive toned foundation, and this one's it for me. So I highly recommend this and I love it. By the way, as I'm going through these products, please leave me a comment down below letting me know things that you've tried this year that you have loved. I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, and then on to some cheek products. This is something that I haven't talked about on my channel yet, really, because it's something that I got not so long ago, but I've been using it constantly, and it's definitely my favorite affordable powder bronzer that I tried this year. This is the Juvia's Place Bronzed Bronze Medium Bronze Palette. The formula on this is probably my most favorite matte bronzer that I've ever tried. The formula is so soft and smooth, but it's not overly pigmented. In fact, it's actually quite sheer, so it's very buildable, which I appreciate in a bronzer. It's not gonna make you look like splotchy or like really makeup-y. It's just so smooth, and it's really beautiful and easy to use. I did get the medium shade, and I was a little afraid it would be too deep on me, but actually it's perfect. So if you're like my skin tone, you would want to go up to the medium, because I feel like the light definitely would not have shown up on my skin at all. This one is just like perfect. There's also like no kick up in the pan. Like I've used this so much and it looks really clean. So it's really firmly pressed, which makes it a lot more buildable and not super duper pigmented. Highly, highly, highly suggest this bronze duo. Okay, 2021 was the year of the cream and liquid product. empire. 2021 was the year of the cream and liquid products, okay? Does that make sense? What am I trying to say? We saw a lot of cream and liquid products this year. Felt like every single brand was coming out with a cream blush, a cream bronzer, a liquid blush, a liquid highlighter. So I have a handful of favorites that were on the affordable side. So first off, I did mention this recently, so I won't go too deep into it, but this is the lip and cheek tint from the brand Hard Candy. They're sold at Walmart, and I got the shade Rose Above. This is a liquid formula, definitely liquid, and it is such a beautiful rosy color. The color is gorgeous, as you can see, and it definitely adds a dewy look to the cheeks. And I also really like this on my lips. Typically with these lip and cheek tints, I really only wear them on my cheeks. I actually love this on the lips. It lasts really beautiful. It gives like a blurred effect on the lips, and it's like my lips, but better. Gorgeous. On the cheeks, it's really nice as well. You have to be careful though when you use it, you don't pounce over it. Like I use a sponge, I don't pounce over the same place on my face too many times because it will lift off the foundation underneath. But if you get it right on your cheeks, it just looks beautiful. It just like becomes one with your skin. It's gorgeous. And then the next favorite cream products I have are the e.l.f. Putty Blush and Putty Bronzer. These are like on rotation for me all year ever since I tried them, especially the bronzer. I have mine in the shade Honey Drip. I love this cream bronzer just because it's more of a gel-like consistency. So it's not super pigmented. You're not gonna, again, like I said with the Juvia's Place, it's not gonna look splotchy or like overdone where it looks fake. It's really buildable. And I also love the tone of this because it is more of a neutral olive undertone. It's not super orange looking on me. It's really easy to use. Now the longevity on it is not amazing, but actually I don't mind just because it is more of a sheer formula. I feel like it's so much easier to blend and use than a lot of other ones. And I usually just layer on top some powder bronzer just to keep it like set in place. You know what I mean? And I also love the Putty Blush. I have mine in the shade Bahamas. The label on these is so hard to read, like, anyway. But this is, again, more of that sheer formula. Really pretty, just peachy color. I love a peachy blush. Always will, especially for like spring and summer. Highly recommend these. They also have a lot of shades in both formulas. Really enjoyed those this year. And then this is the last cream product that I have. This is the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Blush in 110 Nude Kiss. That was really hard to say. Okay, this to me is like the ideal cream blush formula. It is more pigmented than the e.l.f. Putty Blush. It's more of a satin matte, but still like healthy looking. It's not like dry. The color is beautiful. It is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. Very easy to use. I don't have any issues with this removing product underneath. And it's been one of my recent favorites, but definitely one of my favorites for the entire year. Absolutely love this cream blush, and I love the packaging. And then I have a favorite powder blush that did not come out this year, but I found it this year, and I'm really glad I did. This is the Essence The Blush in the shade 40 Beloved. This is just a really beautiful, kind of neutral pink that's just gonna go with any look. It's very, very easy to use. It's actually quite pigmented, but it's not like clown face pigmented. It's just kind of that in-between formula. It's got a glowy, like a slightly glowy formula. It's not completely matte, but it's not shimmery or sparkly. I don't like shimmery or sparkly blushes on me because I have major texture issues, especially the past 5 months. And these are incredibly affordable. They have other shades if you don't like this color. I'm really glad I found this year. And this year for me, I really found myself not wearing highlighter hardly at all. Like I like to wear a highlighter if I'm going out at night and there's gonna be like low lights and you turn your head in just the right way and get a little shine. But other than that, I really didn't find myself using highlighter this year very often. I think also, like I said, I am more on the oily side, so I already feel like I have moisture to my skin, a lot of moisture to my skin. In fact, I'm trying to mattify my skin more than add shine. And I think with all of the cream and liquid blushes, they add that moisture to my cheeks already as it is, so I feel like I don't need the extra highlight. So I don't have any highlights to share for this video. But if there are any awesome highlights you've tried this year from the drugstore or an affordable brand, please leave it in the comments down below. I would love to try it out. This is another product that I mentioned recently, so I'll go a little bit quicker with this. This is the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. So I have mine in the shade 04 Ashy Brows. I absolutely love this brow gel for quick makeup days. So if I'm going to work and I don't have time to draw in my eyebrows, I love using this just to comb through my brows. It has fibers, so it adds a little bit of volume. It adds like a medium hold, so sometimes I'll layer a clear brow gel on top. And it's just a really nice color. There's a lot of product in this little tiny tube. I've had it since the beginning of the year. I use it all the time and I still have a lot. Like I can tell there's a lot in here. Really great, affordable, tinted brow gel that gets the job done quickly. I really like it. All right, and then I have a lip combo that I wanted to share that I found this year that I have been loving, loving, loving. So it is the Essence Stay 8-Hour Lip Liner. This is in the shade 02 Tea Time. It's just this beautiful kind of rosy, nudie pink with the Essence Semi-Matte Lipstick in the shade 03 Bold. They match very well. The lipstick is a little bit more on the warmer side, but they pair really well together. It is what I'm wearing on my lips today. These products are incredibly creamy and pigmented. They don't last a super long time, but while they're on the lips, they give just this like really beautifully hydrated, pigmented look. I'm loving the lipstick and the lip liner. They're really, really easy to use. The color is very unique to my collection, very affordable. I will say that this lipstick has a scent, like a very definite, like perfumey scent to it. So if you're sensitive to that, I probably would stay away. But if you don't mind it, it's like so comfortable. I don't even feel like I'm wearing anything and it's gorge. It's gorgeous. I love it. Okay, and now we're going to do the eyeshadows that I discovered that were affordable this year that I've loved. So the first one technically was released in 2020, but I didn't buy it till the beginning of 2021. And it is definitely one of my most favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time. But unfortunately, it's no longer available, so I'm just gonna go quickly through it. This is the BH Cosmetics Naughty Palette. Yeah. This makes me want to buy more BH Cosmetics because the formula on this, the mattes like blend themselves. The metallics are absolutely beautiful. I don't usually love a giant eyeshadow palette like this, but for some reason I get really inspired when I look at this. I don't feel super overwhelmed. I'm really looking forward to trying more BH Cosmetics next year because I really loved the quality of this palette and I was really glad that I picked it up last year. You can't buy it anymore, but they've got a lot of eyeshadow palettes, several different color stories that you could check out and probably find something you like. Okay, and then this is another one that's no longer available, so sorry, but these were just my favorites this year. What can I say? So this is the e.l.f. and Chipotle collab. First of all, the quality of these shadows is not like the normal e.l.f. eyeshadow formula. I don't mind the e.l.f. eyeshadow formula. It's definitely not my favorite eyeshadows, but they're not terrible. But this palette, so good, like so good. If you had put this in different packaging, I would believe that it's a high-end shadow. The colors are gorgeous, just very like grungy, neutrally tones, which is my favorite. The mattes are really pigmented, but also easy to blend. The shimmers are gorgeous. I love the greens. Absolutely love the greens. I love Chipotle, so.
Oh my God, I love Chipotle.
When they showed that they were collabing with Chipotle, I immediately bought it. Like on launch day, I was so excited. I fell for the gimmick, but I'm glad that the product itself was really good. Okay, and then the rest of these eyeshadow palettes are still available, so that's good. Okay, this one is one that I've talked about on my channel a few times, so I'm sorry to be repetitive, but you know I like it if I talk about it a lot, right? So this is the Hard Candy Look Pro Blushful Nudes palette. So Once again, I did mention this in my last favorites video as well as my Walmart gift guide video. This is a really good palette for a beginner, for a preteen, for someone who is not super versed at eyeshadows, because the mattes in this are really more soft wash of color. They're not super pigmented, especially with pinks and purples. If they're super pigmented, sometimes they're hard to blend out and it can make it look like you have a bruised eye, like someone punched you in the face. That's not the look I'm going for. I don't know about you. These are so easy to use. You can be really careless with them and you're still gonna get like a really pretty soft look. The metallics in this are so cool. So it's really cool that you get these beautiful shimmers in such an affordable palette. Now the packaging itself is not great, but I can look past it because I really just love this eyeshadow palette. I found myself grabbing for this on days where I'd be going to work, where I don't want something super dramatic. I just want a soft wash of color, something that if I'm quick on time, I don't have to sit here and blend and blend. And this is definitely not a palette I would use like before I film. I take time to like sit down for like an hour and do my makeup before I film because that's like my time to play with eyeshadows and my time to like build dramatic looks and enjoy my time with makeup. I don't reach for this palette for that, but I do reach for it on a quick makeup day where I don't have to think and I don't want to make a lot of mistakes. So I like this palette. I'm glad I got it this year. I believe they have other color stories as well if you don't like this one. Okay, and then I would say out of everything that I just listed, my #1 affordable makeup find this year, these are the Colourpop Eyeshadow Quads. I am blown away with the quality of these eyeshadows. I feel like they're absolutely not the same Colourpop formula that I've tried from them in the past. I mean, I have a lot of their palettes from the past. Actually, this was the only eyeshadow palettes from Colourpop that I bought this year, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but the quality of these, the mattes are so beautiful. Actually, they're quite pigmented. You have to kind of be careful. They're not like super beginner friendly, but again, if I want to sit down and play with makeup, I love this. I am wearing this one on my eyes today. This is Sorbet, and it's more of like a purpley, mauve-y toned palette. The mattes are gorgeous. The shimmers, they are like these beautiful, sparkly, multi-dimensional shades. Like you can look at them and you can see so many different colored glitters in there. Absolutely wonderful. I also love that they're quads because I don't have to think. Your whole look is there, and they've built these quads, at least the 3 that I have, so well with like a transition shade, a deepening shade, a lid shade, and an inner corner shade. So everything you need is right here. You don't have to reach for other things. I fully haven't been enjoying these palettes. This is the first one that I ordered, which was Creamsicle, which was this more like orangey, corally one. Gorgeous. It came broken, so that made me angry. You guys know this if you've watched my channel for a while. So I would just say be careful if you're gonna order online because these shimmers are like extremely softly pressed. I wanna buy more of these, but these were the only 2 that are sold in store at Ulta, so I did buy them, but the other ones you have to buy online right now, so I don't know, I'm just too scared to buy them online because of what happened. And I think my post office or FedEx or UPS guy hates me because so many of my eyeshadow palettes that I bought this year came broken. I think he throws my packages at my door. I mean, I would hate me too if I had to deliver as many packages to someone's house as he does have to mine, so. Highly recommend these quads. Love them. Beautiful. All right, and that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below letting me know what your favorite affordable products were for this year. I would love to hear and maybe try out some of your favorites if I haven't already. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, and I would also love for you to subscribe before you leave. I do upload videos weekly, both fashion and beauty videos, and I want to thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.